We've got quite a bit of news talking about Eden Zero, with a lot of things been happening over the past couple of days. We've got the announcements recently of when we're going to be getting this series. We've got a full cast of characters shown off by one of the preview pictures that we get to see for this. There is some weird things being added into the timeline, with some statements that have been said along the way, and I think now is a more better time, considering that we've got a little bit more information and some characters and seemingly where this world is going to be going for the most part. But let's just talk about with the fact of the announcement is that alongside with it debuting like around about June 26th, it was talked about it was going to be 26th to 27th, but now we've got the announcement that Kodansha is going to be making this available like straight away, like day one and all that, like in like 5 different languages. I believe it was going to be in English, in French, Chinese, and I can't honestly remember what the other ones, but it was say it was going to be coming like 5 different languages, and it's going to be coming out there, and it's going to be weekly. So that's immediately they have, like, considering that like Kodansha, like one of its more popular titles was Fairy Tail, I think it kind of showed that they have a lot of hope and expectation that this will pick up like this. Whether or not it will is a completely different discussion, but if it, like, honestly, if it's back to that, it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it for the most part, which kind of goes into our next topic, which is one that we've been talking about, and now we've got a full reveal of 15 odd characters shown in this design. So we get to see our main character. We still haven't got any real official names from these characters yet for Eden Zero, but it seems like that is going to be, like, the placeholder name is just going to be the official name. It's going to be called Eden Zero, and when we look at this, we see our characters, and there is quite a few familiar designs, which is one thing to actually point out, which I've talked about in the previous videos as well, how I feel about some of the designs, where it's like, I kind of wish they were a little bit more unique based. There are some more unique designs in this one, where there's like the professor looking man in there. We've got that weird like wizard guy and mechanical dude in like facepaint. And there's like a few to mention here. One, especially obviously a lot of people have been comparing the main character that he's Natsu with Gray's hair on. Like the Lucy girl, like the heroine and all that, we can kind of see, like, there's obviously a lot of Lucy inspiration from this girl. Like, it's not more the hairstyle, it's more kind of like the design wise of she's clearly kind of wearing something that she would, like, obviously wear from there. We're seeing an Edelast version of Wendy in the corner. We're seeing like some guy that looks like Yuri from the side, and not to mention we've got literal fairy tale characters in here. We've got Blue is in here in a suit. We've got Happy, and he's got like a little thing on his tail and like this heart thing as well. So what the whole deal of that is, whether or not this is some different kind of summoning, it's seemingly with a lot of the metal kind of and sort of like tech things and modern designs that we're seeing from here, it seems like this is going to be a more of a futuristic. We see it's like some weird cybernetic woman in the background, which is giving me some flashbacks to Genova in some way from FS7. So I'm a little bit, whoa, what's going on with that, especially, and like, and also with the professor's mechanical hand. Like, there's one guy, or it's just like, obviously there is one design where I'm like, that literally just looks like fucking Urza. That looks like Keys from like Tartarus, like the weird guy in the council. So we can kind of insinuate that, like, at least that we're gonna be. That's most of our main cast / some of our villains that we might be seeing on the left-hand side on there. Whether or not like the girl with the glasses or white hair, and whether or not the blonde-haired dude are going to be, like, we don't know if all of these characters are going to be our main cast. What we're going to be seeing are, like I said, we still don't even know a real synopsis of this series other than just pure speculation that we can take from like the first picture from there. Would I have loved to see the art style changed a little bit more drastically? Yes, I would have absolutely loved to see that if he went back to something like his original art style on there. Like, I definitely say my favorite kind of art style that he went for was probably, I'd like to say, early Tenro to maybe even parts of like Luxus, where it's like he was still trying to figure out, like, it was this very interesting hybrid of like, it was now currently like developed from the Rave Master style into like the current Fairy Tail one, and there was some really interesting panels that he did with some of the shading in there. But as I've mentioned, it is like on there, we're talking about an author that has ended his series about 6 months ago. He's got all this planning on there, and he's working on fucking Fairy Tail shit already. So I'm like I said, it's like as long as it's never to the point of Hunter x Hunter art, like, at the end of the day, Hero's art style, like, I still prefer other people, like, the Miura, Inoue's, like, Araki's, like, there are still, and even, like, you even said that as well about other authors, like, we'll talk about how the Bleach author, how a lot of the male character designs are just, like, Ichigo with, like, Shuhei, like, Ikaku, like, you bring up these characters, like, same thing with Oda. Oda's, like, women designs are pretty much the same fucking three characters, or, like, Kishi, like, reuses designs when he does his news, like, that just happens with the author. You just reuse designs on there, and it's like, it's a slight difference from, like 2006, I'd like to say, Fairy Tail debuted, compared to, like, Raid Master was in the 90s when he was starting out, so he had, like, 10 years ready to work through that, and I think, like, a 2-year hiatus as well, like, honestly, like, the early parts of it, we can see this art style evolve later on. We've seen, like, from comparison videos, we've seen what early Fairy Tail to later stuff, and we've seen that with other artists as well, like, that they've kind of, like, their art style will change throughout it. So that's not defending, it's just more like, yes, I would like if some of these characters look a little bit, like, drastically different from there, but there are some unique looking characters in there, like the Professor. I was glad he didn't look like just fucking Makarov. There's that weird cybernetic girl, like, in the background. There's the guys in the metal suits, like, on there, like, they look kind of interesting. The guy, like, in the magician's hat, like, there are some interesting designs in here, but even then, it's like, as I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it for the most part, which makes me more concerned about the story, because it's clearly going to be heavy ties to, it's like, with this picture alone, it confirms that this is going to be connected to the Rave and Fairy Tail universe. I mean, fucking Happy's there, Plu's there, like, whether or not they're the same Plu and same Happy from, like, that universe, we don't know. Whether or not this is just, like, something that's, like, that part of that whole adding to the Exceed kind of part on there. Maybe they're just there to be mascot character. We don't fucking know. Like, there's so little information about this that you have to speculate. You have to go, where is this going? Where is it going then with, like, this more modern, futuristic kind of setting that we can just put, like, just by screenshots and some character designs, whereas, like, this clearly, like, goes on there, like, you don't even know what the main character is in the moment. All you can tell is that, like, he's got, like, a little satchel, like, fix on, like, his bag on there. We don't know what's his relationship to the girl with the suitcase. We don't know what this Endless Wendy is there, like, or who are these guys, this skeleton-looking motherfucker, like, so much stuff on there. So it's like, yeah, we just have to kind of tie some of the pieces, and if he wants to give us more information, which, to be fair, it's so close to coming out at this point, like, we've honestly got to wait, like, just over 4 weeks at this point to see if it's going to come out, so maybe we might get a little tidbit or synopsis here and there, but, you know, don't be surprised until we really find out on there. As I've mentioned, this is coming out of the news with a bunch of different authors as well coming out, like the Iramachi guy's already working on his new work, and I personally feel the same way as I do with this, where it's like, wow, like, I really hope he learns from that mistake, because fucking Fuka got really boring at the end, and, like, from how it's talking about with his new series, it's like, I've given it, like, at this point, I've given it, like, Iramachi, and I've given it a good, like, half a Fuka, so, like, yeah, I honestly feel like, you know what, why the fuck not, like, from there, it's just, like, the only other information we have on the series is that it's going to be a new form of fantasy. That was the one thing he mentioned, and that Plu will make an appearance, and, like, there will be, like, other stuff that he's working on, that, like, he's secret projects and shit like this. Like, you have to just go, okay, where it's going. Like I said, it depends whether or not, at the end of the day, is the writing, is the characters fun, enjoy. Like, at the end of the day, Fairy Tail is nowhere ever a written fucking masterpiece, but I was entertained with it, and even with, like, how poorly it got at the last arc, there were still parts of it where it's like, yeah, no, this is entertaining, and this isn't something I want to drop, and it's like, I mentioned it as well when someone's like, hey, I've never seen Fairy Tail, and I've never seen, like, Rave or any of this other stuff, so I might give this, like, I'm so sorry that I forgot your name on there. The interesting thing is, like, should I actually read this? And, you know, he's like, I'm gonna probably give it 5 chapters, and infamy. Yeah, no, I'm in this situation where it's like, this is clearly going to be one of those series where it's like, if you liked Fairy Tail and if you liked Rave, then this is probably going to be you. I know I'm probably going to enjoy this. I know my opinions on Fairy Tail have changed over the years, where it's like, I was a diehard fan for it, and now I still got all the fucking volumes on it. Of course, I still really enjoy the series. It's just that it was definitely, the last arc really turned me sour to a lot of it, and it wasn't until like Dragon Cry and like seeing some of the other projects on there and rewatching some of the older episodes, like, no, there's still stuff here, there's still stuff I love about this guy, and it's like, from each of the series, while it definitely for me goes Rave Master over this, it's like, I would hope he'd do more stuff that he had originally from Rave Master, and then maybe some tidbits here and there from Fairy Tail, like just few things, like, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm being realistic with this. Like, is it going to be fucking amazing? Probably not. I hope it will be something that will be decent and I'll thoroughly enjoy and talk about. Are there other series and projects I'm more interested in? Yes, like I've mentioned, I'm interested in Orient. I'm curious about some of the other authors, what they've got in mind for like their one-shots. I'm interested in like all of like what more can bring. It's one of the wonders of like anime and manga is that you get to look at different like authors, new and upcoming, or like one you've heard of, and it's like, here's something else. Like, there are so many other options. Just, even if it is from Shonen Magazine, Shonen Jump, Sunday, Basatsu, like Young Jump, like you name all of these, like even shoujo, like heck, like there are some fucking classics in shoujo that don't get like at all appreciated. It's like there's so much out there. It's like if this is a dud, then it's a dud, and it will break my heart a little bit to hear that it is a bit of a dud. But like we just don't know. Like, honestly, we don't know if he's learned from his lessons. We don't know if it's too soon. We don't know a lot of information at the moment. So, like, at the moment, it's just, did you like Fairy Tail? Did you like Rave Master? This is probably for you. Did you hate that? Don't even bother reading the first chapter. That is, straight up, I know after this while, once you've read someone's like writing for like nearly over like 6-7 years at this point, they are like, even for me, it's like over like a decade now, including Rave, like that. I know, like I started reading Fairy Tail like during the start of I caught up midway through not the Tartarus arc, but midway through Tenro when it was going on in the manga. So like none of that stuff impressed you like then, and it's like, if Ray didn't, then yeah, this isn't going to be for you. If you hate Fairy Tail with all your heart, which I know a lot of you guys do and all that, then yeah, you're going to fucking hate this, and you're probably, regardless anyway, going to fucking read it, because it's going to be something that keeps you fucking entertained like for like 5 minutes a day, and fuck it, it's free, so people are just going to do that anyway. But yeah, no, nothing really else to say apart from the disappointment is like, I kind of wish it was a female main character. It seems like we might have the same thing that we did from like Fairy Tail and Ray, that we're going for the double protagonist on there, the duo antagonists. So sure, if we do that again and all that, if they add an interesting twist on this one, we'll wait and see. There's definitely a lot of characters there I'm like, I want to know what their story is and what their beef is, and we're obviously going to have to wait through the weeks and all that. And my question really is then, is this going to be a success? Because clearly people are already like, look, I'm seeing people like in forums and Reddit, I'm seeing like how people are taking from this, and a lot of it has been like, yes, give us more, and it's like, so there's already an avid fan base that just wants more just Mashima stuff in general, so like it's going to be there and it's going to last, but I don't know if it's going to have the big overarching success of something about with like Fairy Tail. Like, is this a franchise that would last 10 years? We don't even know if it'll last a year. Maybe, who knows? It could be his fucking work. Like, we don't know. So, very curious to see what you guys think in the comment section down below. But that's all from me. Thanks always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.